Today we're diving into one of the biggest topics that affects all of us, and that's jobs. Whether you're looking for a job, wanting to learn more about the jobs report, or just curious about economics, you're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to go over the two most important numbers, the unemployment rate and the jobs gained or jobs lost. Then we're going to look at the methodology. How do they come up with the numbers for the jobs report? And make sure you stay until the end where we'll talk about how you, as a worker, can use these numbers to your advantage. The first number that usually comes up on the jobs report is the jobs added or lost. And this is a net number, so it is the number of jobs added minus the number of jobs lost. If there were 5,300,000 jobs added and 5 million jobs lost, the number on the jobs report is 300,000, the difference between these two numbers. If someone loses their job, it goes on the jobs lost side. If someone was hired, it goes on the jobs gained side. And if someone loses their job and then gets hired right away, it could potentially go on both sides. The second number we always see is the unemployment rate. There are 6 different unemployment numbers, and they all measure different levels or different definitions of unemployment. U3 is the unemployment rate that is most used, and that's the one that we're going to focus on. This is the number of unemployed people divided by labor force participation. The number of unemployed people is people who are jobless, actively seeking work, and available to take a job. Those last two parts are very important because counting your 90-year-old grandma who's retired and happily watching Matlock reruns every day should not be counted in the labor force. The labor force participation is the total of unemployed and employed people. If there are 1 million unemployed people and 100 million in the labor force, unemployment rate is 1%. Before we go into the methodology, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, with anything, you need to make sure you understand how the numbers come about, not just what the numbers say. These numbers don't just come out of thin air. What they do is they send out surveys to roughly 60,000 households and 120,000 businesses, and it's very random and it goes throughout the country. You may have a household in Miami, Florida, and a business in Fargo, North Dakota filling out these surveys. This way the numbers are reflective in the entire country, not just one specific area. And they ask questions like, how many people in the home have a job? Has anyone been looking for a job? Has your business hired anyone, fired anyone? Has anyone quit? And they rotate these households and businesses so we get different perspectives over time, which adds to the randomness that we want when we look at these type of statistics. And with all this information, they combine it, and that's how we get the numbers you see on the jobs report. So how does this affect you, and how can you use it to your advantage? Well, the job report shows the health of the labor market. If we're adding jobs at a very high level, it may be a good time to search for a new job because businesses are hiring and they're willing to hire. If we have really high unemployment numbers, though, that means that people are being laid off or they're unable to find jobs. During recessions, we see really high unemployment numbers. If you're a worker thinking about a job move, look for low unemployment and high numbers in job gains, and that tells you that it's a good time to move. When there is high unemployment and there are more job losers than gainers, it's better to stay put and kind of wait it out. And they break down things even further into race and industry and things like that. So if you're in a specific industry or you're looking to change into a different industry, you can look and see how the health of those industries are doing as well. The jobs report usually comes out the first Friday of every single month. So now that you have a better understanding of what it says and how to read it and the methodology behind it, make sure to keep an eye out for it and see what those numbers say. Thanks for watching.